Tremendous tank standing by. Joining me from Atlanta, Georgia, criminal defense attorney Eklund Mercy is on the program. In Phoenix, Arizona, criminal defense attorney, and he is the lawyer who represented Jodi Arias. Kirk Nurmi is on the show as well. And in Jacksonville, Florida, high-profile litigation attorney and the lawyer who represents Tiger King, John Phillips, with us tonight as well. John, Kirk, Eklund, so happy to get to be with you tonight. Sitting in for Vinny means I get to be with all of you, so this is a real treat for me too. Oh, this case, I know it breaks your hearts. I know all of you, want to see justice for this beautiful young mother. And with the video, it seems like this is a great start. We can get somewhere. Would you talk to me about some of the considerations, for law enforcement right now, for the family members of Rachel Morin right now? They've got to protect this investigation, as we heard the colonel saying with us, so they can't reveal everything they know. But this seems to be a good place to begin. I want to get your thoughts. Let's go around the horn now. Eklund Mercy, let me start with you, please.
Well, kudos to the sheriff, just working with, the national code system and doing that so quickly and not having to wait for an attorney to file that type of motion. You can see that they are really, they really want to find the assailant, and just to show how scary it is and how concerned everyone should be, is that the change in modus operandi from just March, going into houses and only assaulting to murder and possible rape is so starkly different and elevated so quickly. I definitely kudos to the sheriff for putting out that video because of the escalation.
Right. You're right, Eklund. They're going to solve this crime. I have so much faith in that department. John Phillips, let me go to you next, please. Your thoughts on the big announcement tonight.
It's great to see you again, Julie. I find myself peeking around the corner trying to get a better look at him, even though obviously we can't. I suspect, now that we have this video, there needs to be somewhat of a two-pronged approach, certainly to get it out, which the sheriff's office is doing, but also get it out to the Spanish language folks, since there is some Hispanic nature to this individual. And second, now they can look in a wider perimeter around that park for people that would fit a description, right? Before that, they didn't have a description. So at least, hopefully this will allow, a secondary and tertiary look at evidence and camera footage to try to find and nail down who did this. But,
right.
Hopefully somebody who knows him, recognizes him, knows that he was, in and around the scene, can identify him and get him in custody.
Definitely, John. I appreciate you saying that about the camera footage. I was thinking the same thing. Now that there's somewhat of an image, maybe that can be taken to the local business owners nearby, whatever is near that trail, see if anybody saw this guy at some point. Kirk Nurmi, last but certainly not least, your thoughts on tonight's big development.
Yeah, I think it is a great start, Julie, as you said, because we do have footage now that cameras can be looked around the business area. But let's not also discount DNA. Let's think about how powerful the DNA evidence was that drew this match between this incident in March and this homicide now. But because the DNA doesn't always just exist in a CODIS database, right? It could be in background checks, it could be family, it could be ancestry, it could be some of these systems where they can narrow down who might be related to this person to help them get a better idea of who this suspect is. And I think that's going to be a real big key.
Oh, that's good. Kirk Nurmi, thank you for saying that genealogical DNA, right? To all the different sites, we see investigators use.
Right?
Yeah. We see investigators use this, time and time again. The Brian Kohberger case, we're going to be talking about that a little later this hour. That's another example. They were able to use the tree to get to Papa Kohberger, to know it was his offspring on the snap on that knife sheath. Great points from you all. Kirk Nurmi, John Phillips, Eklund Mercy, stand by. Our tanks with us all hour long. Here's what's coming up next for you on Closing Arguments.
Shanna Gardner Fernandez indicted by a grand jury for her alleged part in the murder of her Microsoft executive ex-husband. We have the details.
A man